Hello! It's been a hot minute. Sorry about that if you are a subscriber, as it were. It's me, Lucy Ross, MT Rap Coach. I'm back and I got energy. And today we are doing a Q&A. So I chucked up a poll on my Instagram for some questions because I felt like the conversation was a little bit one-sided, so I wanted to know what you guys wanted to know and put together some of those questions. I actually did film this video already, but look. Okay. Hello. P.S. I need to apologize for my face. I got half an hour of sleep last night, which is so cool. But that was a day to get it done on a Monday. I filmed it and my eyes were barely open, and I think I answer these questions pretty strangely, so I decided to not post it and take a little break and then just film it again later. So sorry for the delay on this one, but you know what? I think you'll be happier with this Q&A than that one. How many songs should be in your rep book? Cool. Good question. Awesome question. I think that your rep book is not so much about a number and more that you've kind of got your bases covered. And I think a rep book, and this was kind of one of the reasons behind me starting this whole business, is because I think your rep book is very individual, and I think, yeah, I don't think there's a magic number or a magic amount of genres that you should include. In saying that, you kind of need at least one ballad, one up-tempo, because that's what you get asked in every audition. You need a range of genres. I would say have some pre-60s, have some contemporary. So if we're taking into account all those categories, you're at 4 songs so far. And then you want a mix of dramatic and comedic stuff. Obviously that also depends on kind of your your typecast, or the characters you normally go for. Like for someone like myself, I prioritize finding comedy songs because I find that's kind of my pattern. And kind of the dramatic, I'm so in love, is kind of, I have they're ready, but I don't shake them up as often or kind of look into it as often because it's not a priority. And also, so you want your pre-60s, you want some pre-60s stuff, probably at least an up-tempo and a ballad. You want your contemporary stuff, at least an up-tempo and a ballad. And you also want to have within your repertoire some pop or rock songs. I would have as many pop or rock songs that you can handle. I would probably prioritize, although look, there is new musicals getting written all the time. I would say you at least need to look into the 70s and 80s, maybe the 60s. At least probably some more current stuff, it wouldn't hurt at all. It is inevitable that you'll get thrown a curveball that you just don't have that's just not there in your repertoire. For example, when they did the auditions for Waitress last year, the brief had to be a Sarah Bareilles style song, which I did not have in my rep book, and I don't think many people necessarily did. So there's some things you just can't prepare for, but yeah, if we're going to put a number on it, I would say taking in all of the categories I've said, the minimum is kind of 6, but I would focus less on the number and focus more on that you got your bases covered in your genres and your character types, and make sure that kind of you don't have to pick as much new material before an audition as is physically possible, even though you might get thrown a random ball. You know what I mean? I like this next question. Do I have to be a dancer to get into WAAPA? Look, short answer is no. Not really. The long answer, this kind of speaks to all drama schools, not just WAAPA, but because I went to WAAPA, I can answer more solidly on what they look for, but I'm sure it would apply to other drama schools too. With WAAPA, with any of the 3 disciplines, they're kind of just looking for potential. So they're not like, yes, it is one of the top drama schools. You do have to have good skills. You do have to have quite solid skill base, but they're not looking for you to be professional level yet. So if you're not the most confident dancer, I mean, neither was I, but they're more looking at your capacity and capability to learn. So I would, look, it's certainly a good idea. What is it? It's May right now. I know everything is closed and you can't really get yourself to a dance class at the minute, but it's certainly worth working on your dance skills and building your own confidence with dance. That's kind of more important for a drama school audition than the actual skills, is like your confidence and just being comfortable in your body and stuff like that. That's actually more important than the triple pirouette, you know? So it is worth, you know, either doing some online classes, or once stuff opens up, it's worth getting yourself into those classes to get learning, have a solid technique, kind of keep those that pick the choreography pickup skills going. But at the same time, I wouldn't stress. It's not like don't put the pressure on yourself to become like a prima ballerina dance extraordinaire before October, November. Just improve on what you've got, make yourself like more confident, and yeah, but you certainly don't have to be like a dancer to get into WAAPA. You certainly can, like you can be. Just because you are a dancer doesn't, like, you know, like you, they're the kind of the class across the board of all the people that were in my class and other classes, there was a broad range of skill levels across different disciplines. Like everyone had strengths and weaknesses in different areas. So yeah, I wouldn't worry. Like, get yourself to a dance class, live your best life, and make sure that your strengths, like if you're a great singer, great actor, make sure those strengths are still strong, and that, you know, your dancing is good, and she'll be right, mate. You'll be good. You'll be G2G. How do you get an agent? So, the agent I have at the moment, I got straight out of Showcase, so you can do that. But I'm guessing that whoever asked this question probably wants to know because they're not in drama school. What I would say, I have had an agent before now, like before I went to drama school, so it can be done. Also, you don't feel like because you don't have an agent, you can't get seen for auditions. There's more and more, like before the whole shutdown situation happened, there's been more and more auditions that just like briefs that just come out online, accessible to everyone, and you just apply. But also, you know, if you've got friends, you can hear through the grapevine, like if you work really hard, then you don't need one. But I get why you would want one, because I wanted one, because I didn't want to deal with all the like icky ins and outs of stuff. So I get it, but don't feel like if you don't get one, like your life is over and see ya. But anyway, in saying all that, what I would say is to get an agent is just being absolutely relentless in your pursuit to get an agent. And by that I don't mean like emailing like Morrissey every second day. I mean, that's a strategy, but I mean, that would piss me off. That pisses me off when I get an email from the same person every second day. Like, I get annoyed, and that's not even a thing. Like, I'm not even anyone. But what I mean is, like, if you want it, then, you know, pursue it, don't give up, and try to find as many avenues to get in there as possible. So, you know, if you have a show reel, send it, but don't send that more than once, right? So if you do like a blanket send out of your show reel to all the agents you're interested in, yeah, do that. If you get some responses, cool. If you don't, then try a different tactic. So maybe, you know, once we're allowed to do like shows again, like if you're gonna do like a fringe festival show, invite them to come, don't make them pay for a ticket, get them a free ticket. Or if you're in something, before I went to drama school, I did an amateur production of The Addams Family, it was a very good production. I say amateur production, but it was very good production value, and like some very good performers in it actually, and the director was great and all that sort of stuff. But it was unpaid, right? And it's community theatre, right? I invited an agent to it and they came. Like, you can do that. Like, get yourself involved in a higher, I wouldn't say higher end company, but that's not what I mean. Like, get yourself into like a good quality like theatre group or something like that. It's different for different cities, so y'all know what I mean. And you can even invite them to that. Like, you don't even have to, it can be independent, it can be fringe, it can be whatever. Invite the agents to it. Like, why not? Why not? You know, and then the next thing you're doing, invite them again, invite them again, invite them again. Like, showing them that first, that, because the thing about being a performer is you do kind of have to be like, have that kind of relentless spirit of like, just keep turning up and hope that you get the yes, right? So you're showing them that you've got that. And, you know, if you go through different avenues like show reel this, la la la, it shows them that you're doing different stuff. And then they see your work, and if it's quite a diverse range of work, and they're like, oh damn, like, this is a really well-rounded performer, we can send them to lots of stuff. Because that's, you know, that is the main selling point for an agent, is that you are sellable, which is kind of why drama schools get the first dip, is because the acronym of WAAPA, VCA, NIDA, it kind of already, on top of, you know, what skills you already have, that kind of already makes you like sellable. So, you know, and you can be sellable without that. obviously. But, you know, it's just one, it's a big selling point. So you want to be able to show your selling points as such, right? So that's kind of the way to do it. I think. That's the way I think to do it. So, like, you can do it. Just don't give up. Don't be a piece of shit. Is that really good advice to people? Don't be a piece of shit? I don't know. Yeah, so that'll do it for the Q&A. Super good chat. Happy to be back with my vids. And yeah, like, feel free to comment on anything, any other questions, and I can collate them into another Q&A later on, or into a full lesson situation. But anyway, that is all. I will see you next week because I've got my life together now. How good. For probably another lesson or video or something. Very cute. Alright. Have an awesome week, kids. Goodbye.